Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dad's A to Z. Two guys that think they know everything. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dad's A to Z. We're just two dads that think they know everything, but just like the Tootsie Roll Pop, it's not true, the 3 licks. No, it's not. Go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dad's A to Z. We're just two dads that think they know everything, but much like the lie that is a Tootsie Roll Pop that doesn't take 3 licks, that's not true either. It still sounds funky. But we're going to stay with that.
We're going to stay this one though. Every week we're going to bring a couple of new topics and talk about it from the dad's point of view or just our point of view. At this, sometimes this episode we want to talk about nutrition and healthy eating and how are we dealing this with kids and ourselves. And I gotta say, we just finished pizza and cheese breads dinner, which is very nutritional.
Chips and pretzels
And cheese, and then
you had cream cheese as well.
Yes,
and it's like a worst cheese.
And then right after this episode, it's gonna be white chocolate chip raspberry cookies with ice cream on top. So nutrition very important. I want to talk about it and not sound hypocritical. I'm not sure how that's gonna look like, but
I think it will actually. Based on some of these topics we're going to throw out there and try to be a little raw with it to where maybe one of us has a perspective and the other one might not even know what we're going to talk about. That is actually a format we will use at some point. But this one, we kind of threw it back and forth, and we're at different places and mindsets of this topic. For me, being a little bit older, I'm pushing 50. God, that sounds terrible to say, but I'm pushing 50.
That's a half a century.
He apparently knows how to do math. There was a point, actually there were 2 things that kind of kicked me into gear. One is kind of serious. I went through a series of years where I was getting admitted to the hospital for issues. I had stomach issues. I had possible heart issue. Turned out being nothing. Matter of fact, I was told I have the heart of a 23-year-old. Go figure. But then the other thing is much more surface and shallow. This shirt. I took a picture. We moved back to New Jersey, and I used to work for a local restaurant, Miller's Ale House. And a couple of my opening team became trainers, and we're opening a store in New Jersey. And me and my family, sorry, Mom, my family and I moved back to New Jersey for a little bit, and I got to go visit them. And we saw 2 of them when we went to go visit. And we took a picture because they were very excited, hadn't seen each other in about 6-8 months. And they post the picture to social media, and I look at it, and holy cow, this is not a complimentary shirt for me. And I'm actually heavier than I was back then. I think I was about 200, 210. And my frame probably should be, to be thin, probably 175, 180. So that was kind of the kick in the pants. I realized that I was having some health issues. I looked terrible. I felt bad. So I decided to do something for the first time in my life and stick to it. I did everything I was supposed to do. I used one of the apps, MyFitnessPal at first. Got Fitbit later on, and which I wear. I mean, that's the slap in the face right now. It helped me manage my calories. I was very strict, 6 days a week, with making sure I didn't go far over that, whatever my number was. One day not that I totally threw one day out the window, but, I would have one bad meal. I worked out 5 days a week, weights, cardio, did everything right. Got myself down. My lowest, I think, was 182, but I was hovering around 185. I probably was 185 as a junior in high school. So, and I was 42. Felt great. And now it's back on top of my mind because, we moved from East Orlando to town of Groveland in Central Florida, southern Lake County. And in doing so, the access to the gym, which was literally a block of a walk, was no longer there. So immediately I didn't have the tools I had. So that was the first excuse. And the second excuse was, well, we just moved. We've got to paint. We've got to do X, Y, Z, whatever it was in the house. And, with working and then doing that stuff, too tired. I would have to get up at 4:30 to do it.
Oh, no, no way.
Well, that's normally what I did. When I was that's what I did, but I couldn't do it. And then, and this will be a topic in another subject or another episode. Alcohol was kind of becoming a pastime, and that made it even more difficult to wake up, but also was packing on weight like crazy. So now I'm at a point where I'm heavier than I've ever been in my life. And I'm older, obviously, than I've ever been in my life. So now it's something that up until the holidays, I did pretty good at getting back in routine. Probably October, November, end of December, kind of fell off. Had some issues that kind of tripped me up. So I got to get back on it. And it's not just for vanity's sake at this point in my life. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, yeah, before I met my wife, sure, I guess I could have been motivated by vanity. I wasn't, but I didn't have to worry about it as much back then. But now it's about health, and I'm disappointed because I know it's something I can do, and it's something I've seen results in, and I know can work. So I'm trying to get remotivated, and I think it's really important because I need to be around for my family as long as I can. And the current path over the last few years was definitely not leading me down that way. And even worse, it wasn't setting an example for my kids, who are clearly of the age over the last 3-4 years that know exactly what's going on, that I'm not doing the things I did before, and kind of putting them in a state of mind where, I'm just going to eat junk food as teenagers do, because why not? You guys have to go to bed because you have to work. Well, we don't have to get up as early as you to go to school. We'll stay up and we'll eat more junk. Oh, we're not happy with our body shape, but they're not willing to put forth the effort because maybe the example doesn't say. And it's a shame because I think it's so important for me, and that I've let it get away. And I think it's something that as a dad, you may start weighing on you more. I mean, you're in better general appearance shape than I was, but it's something that at some point metabolism changes for most people, and those things can turn into health issues. But you've told me that exercising as a principle is something that is, dare I say, repulsive to you?
Yeah, no, I can't motivate myself to run or go to a gym. I had a gym membership one time for over a year, and I paid $10 a month and never went.
Not once.
Not once. I mean, the first time when I paid the
thing. Let me try out this again.
Yeah. So I can't motivate myself. As a younger guy, I was playing sports a lot, and Dad would motivate me. So if I had 2 or 3, 4 guys to play like 3-on-3 soccer or basketball or something, I could do that every day, and that would be my sport, my way of exercising. Exercise just doesn't do anything for me. My wife is completely different. We have a treadmill in our house. She would run it. She would exercise. I just can't make myself do it. And it's I tried. There's a few times I just can't make myself run. I love to eat. This is probably everybody. Love to cook. I love sweets. It's my downfall. Like I can't stop. It's like an addiction almost. Not almost. It's an addiction to eat sweets. And that's my downfall. But if I need to lose weight, I can be pretty disciplined and just controlling the intake of the calories, what I'm eating, how I'm eating, how much I'm eating. I can do that for months, lose weight. I'm good with that. I just can't exercise.
But then you start rubber banding back and forth.
Not necessarily. A little bit. A little bit. I just like last year. I think it was last year was COVID still. So the year before that, I was 220 pounds, 230 almost, 228, 230, which is super too much for me. I'm at best between 190 and 195. I went on my fitness pal and I went on a diet and I just it's just a bit. This is like I'm not an expert, but it's just a basic science. You have to spend more calories than you put in. It's like just basic science.
Kind of like what you do with your credit card.
Right. So since I'm not exercising, I'm just gonna limit my calorie intake through food, and that's it. And I did that, and I lost 30 pounds in about 3 months. It was really, and I haven't felt bad about it. And I went to 195. I was for a year, maybe between 195, 198. And then I'm now over like I'm 200, 205. I'm still not bad. But when I cross 200 pound limit, I already see that 230 is right there. Like I can get to it in a minute. So especially because of sweets. So
well, Z is a vegetarian, pescatarian,
vegetarian,
just vegetarian.
No.
Do you find it to be? In your opinion, do you think it helps you with that? Because 30 pounds in 3 months is pretty significant.
Yeah. I was. It helps because it like automatically eliminates a lot of calories that you would take from meat. I just don't take it. That's it. So I do have to be careful with because like the stuff that I eat a lot is I like Italian foods. It's a lot of pastas and carbs and everything, so it's not good. But I just limit myself, and that's it. Like it's just smart choices. I make a sandwich and count my calories, right? And I want cheese in that sandwich, but like I had so many different, and it was my eye opener. There was like a lot of different veggies and flavors in it, and I wouldn't even feel the flavor of that cheese because there's so many other flavors. So I was like, do I need at least like 200 calories a night? So I just take it out, and I started like that. Created my recipes, do this, do that. Just figure out what makes me feel fuller with less calories, and I started managing. And for my height and everything, I could like with like 1,900 calories a day, I can still lose weight, and it's enough, like it's a lot of calories. So,
I think when I first started my fitness pal, it dropped me to 1,200.
Oh yeah, that's the minimum
for probably the first 10 pounds, and then it put me up to 16.
Okay.
And
yeah,
that was good, but
1,900 was like 1 pound a week. So, and I was not doing 1,900. And my work I spend on my feet whole shift. I walk 15,000 steps a day easily every day. I guess that's my exercise probably. I'm not running, but like I'm still not in a sedentary position. So it really helped me. So when I gained weight real quick, but then I lose it as quick as well. Now with age, I'm not as old as Adam. I gotta put that joke there.
That's two official jokes.
Two official jokes today. Probably when I end today with that. But I did notice like now I'm 42. I'm gonna be 42. Yeah, I'm gonna be 42 in a couple of months. I noticed that I started losing weight slower than I was just 2 years ago. So I just have to like today was a feast with all the crap I'm gonna eat, and I'm probably gonna for the next like 3-4 weeks. I'm just gonna have to like not and I'm okay with that. Like I can just stop. Like I don't really need it. I can just stop. I
even with the sweets.
Even with the sweets, yeah. If I'm focused on like I need to lose 10 pounds, I'll do it. There's no question.
Butterfinger brownie though.
Butterfinger brownie. Oh my god. I wish I had it to show it to you. I have it in the kitchen, but it's 1,200 calories in that one brownie, so I wouldn't. But what I do is I try to fool myself. So I would take the fruit yogurt and a banana or some fruit, or typically strawberries when it's in season. So like a cup of strawberries, which is a significant amount of strawberries, like 60 calories, and fruit yogurt is like 80 calories. So for like 140 calories, I can decent amount of sweet things. And the longer I don't eat the sweets, the more satisfied I get with those fake sweets, the fruits and yogurts, because you lose that taste buds for sweets, and it becomes fine. So I can easily do that. I wish I could make myself exercise more, and I want to be example for my daughter, in that sense, and she's probably a better example for me, because she just like, I'm gonna give you examples like yesterday, 2 days ago, Saturday. So I was like, oh, let's grill some burgers. I mean, Beyond Meat burgers, not like real burgers, since we're vegetarian. So I asked my daughter, I was like, do you want a burger? She's like, no. I was like, what do you want to eat? She's like, I feel like eating a salad. I'm not going to say no, I'm going to make a burger. So I made a salad. And I felt terrible because I ate a burger. But she wanted a salad. She loves broccoli. Loves it.
A 5-year-old.
A 5-year-old.
Okay.
Loves it.
It can happen.
I cannot stand it. Like, I smell, taste. I just can't. But she would take it in her mouth and eat it like just raw or whatever, doesn't matter. And like, this is great tasty, Daddy. So I have to pretend I like it because I don't like it's great. Like, I have a kid that loves broccoli, and then she like, I just started, so it's like, this is great. I just want to like puke. Like, I can't stand it. It's terrible. Like, don't. Kids don't watch this. But I just can't do it. I know it's good for you. I know everything. So I want to be that example, and I think in our vegetarian diet, I feel like we do pretty well in that aspect. We got junk food here and there, like I don't think like if you are a dad in our age that you should deprive yourself from junk food. You gotta live at some point. But like, eating junk food every day is something that is not right. But if you like, we ate just now pizzas and cheese breads and brownies to come, and I'm probably not going to do that for another like 3-4 weeks.
Right.
No, so it's fine.
Or the next video.
Video, whatever comes first. Maybe just brownies next video. I don't feel like it's bad. I don't have issues right now with making my daughter eat healthy because she likes those things. We don't push the vegetarian diet on her necessarily. So if she goes on a birthday party and wants a pepperoni pizza, she can eat pepperoni pizza. I'm not cooking for her that is meat, but like if she's in school and if she eats chicken nuggets, I don't care. But she chooses healthier food than I am sometimes. So I'm pretty good at that department. It's probably much harder with a 13, or Sarah's 13, 13 and a 16-year-old. I'm guessing that's much harder to.
Well, right now we're at the point where both of them eat like beasts. Now it makes sense with my son. He's 6'1", 16 years old. He's just, you can't give him enough food. But now my daughter is starting to hit that same type of thing where it's just constantly we eat. See, here's the beast right now shoving more pizza in his face.
First piece.
But
he says it's your first piece.
At the same time,
more to come.
And I think I mentioned this in an earlier episode. They're willing to eat anything, and even when they are giving me a little bit of resistance now to go back to it, but when I was eating well and exercising, it was very boring, and they tolerated it. And that was part of the reason why I had that Friday night or Saturday night, like, let's just eat something, whatever. But it was like chicken, baked pork, baked salmon, tilapia, and a salad or veggie. I wouldn't have any dressing. If I did, it was vinegar, balsamic vinegar. And they ate a little bit more, but of course they can burn calories. They've been open to it. But I've now hitting that wall of you can't keep enough food. I remember when I was a kid when my mom would complain that she would have to buy multiple gallons of milk a week. Well, I'm at that point. I can't fathom that. I don't drink milk. I'll have a bowl of cereal once in a while. But to go through 2 gallons of milk in a week, you just can't keep enough food. What I hear more than anything, not types of food, it's quantity.
Just food.
Right. And of course, it's food that they don't have to bother with. The most bother they want is to take it and put it in a toaster oven or a microwave, and they're done with it. If you have to actually prepare something, my daughter's better with this than my son, but they want that ready to eat, which 9 times out of 10 is the worst thing. And it's been what's been available the last few years for us. So there always was one of those microwavable meals.
It's convenient. It's terrible.
Yep.
But it's convenient. So I understand that with the lifestyles. If you want to prepare a good meal, that's like 2 hours, 3 hours.
And I'm not. My wife is a chef. She's that person that can go in. What do we have?
And make something.
I'm a line cook. I was a kitchen manager for a long time, but I'm a line cook. A line cook has the ingredients already prepared.
Tell me what to do.
Have the recipe. It'll be made perfectly. Look like the picture. Bang. There you go. If you just ask me what I did, I'll probably couldn't remember. It's just, it was a Cobb salad. I know it gets this, and it goes in this order, and that was done. And no, Fridays people, I don't remember what the acronym was, but there was an acronym to remember. And speaking of, I mean, that was remembering the first time I realized how bad I was eating. Was in my mid-20s, and it wasn't enough to get me to change, but I started managing at a TGI Fridays up in New Jersey, and I could eat whatever I wanted. And I don't know if you know anything about TGI Fridays food, people, but it is. I don't think there's a healthy thing on there. Even the chicken breasts were marinated and stuff, and I don't even know what it was. It was just called marinated chicken breast on the box. I haven't worked for them long enough, and I have no intention for working for them again, so I'll throw them under the bus. They do stuff to their chicken to make it taste yummy. But it's still the best thing on there. Tostado nachos, the pecan chicken salad. It's an amazing salad. Lettuce, nice balsamic vinaigrette, candied pecans, not too much, but they're candied, craisins, crumbled blue cheese, and then a pecan-crusted chicken and mandarin oranges. Like it was $12.50 for a salad. But this was the kind of stuff I was eating, and that was when I started realizing,
the whole meal that you need.
And that became the beginning of my son growing up anyway, because it was, I'm working this shift, I'll just bring food, and they would start eating that kind of terrible food.